It was in the Gita, it was in the Vedas, ageless wisdom found to sustain us, yogic sciences to activate the Vegus, meditate to cultivate the one within the sameness. It was in a state of intense meditation, deep in the minds of ancient sages, transcendental mental states where sounds and texts were revealed as sacred method, to be heard and remembered, to be practiced and engaged with, multiple layers revealed in stages, until praxis manifest changes, told as myth, preserved on pages, stored as metaphor, passed down ages, messages veiled, revealed in stages, in an allegorical epic that engages, when thesis and antithesis balance, the true value of the synthesis emerges, being in identity with the absolute, as Samya and Samadhi are related by the root, dialectic of the supreme whole, multi-level model, my body and soul, unitive method that knows no distinction between duality and the absolute. It was in the yin and the yang symbolically, in the Tao Te Ching as religion and philosophy, all things in existence as inseparable, contradictory opposites, Wu plus you two, parts of the Tao, interdependent upon one another, nameless thing, Wu Ming unknowable, path unfolding, go with the flow. Rhythm of a constant flux and transformation of the universe, and in turn a reversion of all Xing to the Ming from which they emerged. Egypt had it. Check the Kemetology, correspondence between all planes of being. Know thyself, foundation of philosophy, corresponding to all else in the cosmos, taught through dialogue as a methodology, rigorously discarding inconsistence, higher truths found where there's consistence, in a synthesis with all of existence, learning the inner and the outer worlds, as above so below, as below so above. Recollecting one's inner self, drawing out that already inside. Heraclitus had it in a natural philosophy, famously observed with a healthy curiosity. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man. A material man in a material world, both in flux and constantly changing, unity of opposites emerge in relation, are and aren't in transformation, parts of a process, parts of a whole, always becoming but never being, two, divisible only in theory, 1 + 1 makes 1 in practice. Plato did it, but he did it dialogically, truth through dialogue, republic or apology, thinking the material itself unknowable, developed dialectic as the highest form of thought. Then there was Spinoza, with the crypto-dialectical development of the structural implications of a systematic whole, as the origin of all things and ideas, everything followed from substance, with a dialectical necessity, and could be derived from the concept itself, substance differentiating itself into infinite attributes and infinite modes, substance thinking itself activity approximately intimates the natural whole. Hegel had it as in a phenomenology of a meta-mind that's developing historically, idealism with a different methodology, theoretically developing logically. A path of reason, of Arpheben, a phenomenology, spirit of the mind in a spiral, recognizing itself as absolute. Consciousness, systematically reflecting on its origins, alienated from itself, looking for a path to get to pure reason, immediate, mediate, and concrete, universal and particular immediation, abstract, negative, and concrete. All concepts and things sublated, concrete, synthesis, and absolute must all pass through the process of negation. Consciousness in itself a relation, to the in and for itself a higher form of truth. Karl Marx did it with a different ontology, added the material to the ideology, applied it to society as in sociology, to history, to nature and political economy. See it in the chemistry, physics or biology. See it in society. See it in psychology. See it in political economy, track it over time, it's developing historically, everything a process, natural fluidity, homeostasis as a moment of stability, bit of symbiology, little opportunity to harness creativity to build a new community, quality to quantity and quantity to quality, through transformation new properties, metabolic rift like a shift in ecology, equilibrium punctuated by corollary. First abstraction seems concrete, partial abstract incomplete. For completion must repeat, abstracting until concrete. Move from the abstract to the concrete, then back again. It's a two-way street, layer by layer, piece by piece. Depth abstraction till complete. First abstractly, then concretely, then back again like a two-way street. See parts determined first discreetly, then within a relative totality completely. Marx turned Hegel's dialectic on its head. After extracting a kernel of truth, took the dialectic from the realm of the ideal, applied it to the matter, applied it to the real. Men make their own history, but they do not make it as they please, not under circumstances of their choosing, but those found given and transmitted from the past. Ideas emerge from material bases, act in relation, back upon the base. Matter, making ideas matter, unity of theory and practice. Praxis, then came Bhaskar with the new philosophy, asking a question, tackling it logically. What must the world be like or be for intelligible science as a possibility? Many forces, interactivity, altogether changeable in interrelativity. Many causes, inner multiplicity, transmutation and adaptability. No facts, no laws, no prophecies, just tendencies with properties. A potential, yes, quite possibly, not definite, only probably. The dimension of transivity, limited perception, limited ability, limited perspective, bound to relativity, a finitude of faculties is full of fallibility. The dimension of transivity, knowledge is subject to changeability, situated socially and moderated culturally, knowledge in a process is developing historically. Epistemic relativity, knowledge is perspectival, a limited facility, knowledge is contextual, representability, a limited capacity, a partial capability. A perspective on reality, looking at the whole from a state of partiality, witnessing the real, waiting for the actuality, blind to the meta-ontological reality. Ramroy Bhaskar did it scientifically. He was a realist, but he did it critically, revindicated an explicit ontology, being independent of our knowledge of it, every stratum of ontology, with its own causes and its own properties, parts of a whole with relative autonomy. An emergent whole with novelty, reality appears as a duality, seems contradictory, paradoxicality, paradox of paradox, non-duality, all's consistent in totality.